All right, ladies and gentlemen, how you guys doing this evening? Sean here with BlueRidgeSilverhound. We're going to take a look at and kind of see where everything is sitting with 2023 coinage in the month of March, and we're going to see how certain coins are performing, any standouts, things like that you guys need to be aware of. Pretty solid for the most part. There are a few, I guess, denominations that me personally I would avoid trying to find because they're just not making that big of an impression on the secondary market, unfortunately. There are some coins that just they die off after a little while. Of course, dimes is at the very top of the list. But I think we're also probably seeing nickels as well. Not too much stuff has been discovered as of yet on Jefferson nickels. So we're going to take a look at those as well. I would say the best performing coins, bar none, so far, and we are where are we at? We're at March 21st. So we're 2/3 of the way through this month. We're almost to the end of the month. So far, Lincoln Cents seems to be the standout coin to look for right now. Either rolls, full bank boxes. There's one very prominent type of error that we'll talk about that you guys need to find that is still selling very well as of today. But also, we're going to take a look at the upcoming release also of the new American Women Quarter, which should be dropping any time now because the coins will be selling next week through the US Mint website. So let's go ahead and check out Lincoln Cents. We're going to focus primarily on sales for the month of March. And as you can see, I mean, look at this first listing here for 5 rolls of 2023 Philly Lincoln Cents. That's, by the way, $2.50 face value. This one ended up selling for $27.13. We have a brand new bank box here of Denver Lincoln Cents, $25 face. With shipping, and keep in mind that's an important statistic to know, the shipping is $18. So collectively, it's $93 is what that one had sold for. So you do have to add in shipping when you're assessing the value of these things. I think at the end of the day, this person right here probably made about net $40 in profit after you take into account things like the cost of the box, fees, shipping, of course, you got to take off the top as well, even though it's a separate line item. If it were me personally, I would do free shipping and just add that $18 back to the cost of the product and then work it out that way. If you're looking to sell these, I'd probably do $99.99. You'll probably end up selling those and then up that profit margin by a few extra dollars. So if you do come across the Denvers, those ones right now are sitting at about $90 to $100 shipped. Still a little bit of money to be made. It's not $300, $400, $500 like it was on week one. Man, what a dream scenario if you're able to find some of those. But, almost 4 times face for an actual product sale of Denver coins is still not too bad. Again, we're probably close to seeing the floor on these. I don't expect them to sell too much lower. They might dip down to as much as like maybe $80 to $85 a box, but that is generally the bottom. These things store very well, and they have a huge upside long term if you're going to do what they call sealed equity. That's something that I termed for this sealed equity, and that's just simply just sitting on full boxes, and if they're sealed, that's better yet. But yeah, definitely keep that in mind. That's probably your best kind of like profit margin type of product from the new coins. And if you do come across them, you really have a hard decision to make whether you want to sell them or hold on to them. I guess it really depends on what your current money situation is. We have a JCPenney gift card. Okay, moving on. All right, so let's see. We have singular coins. People are selling singular coins. Granted, they're not selling for a whole bunch of money. I'd probably stay away from doing singular coins. Full BU rolls are where it's at. Here's one roll, 50 cents face value of P Mint Lincoln Shield cents that sold for $9. So this is yet again another way that you could market these. You can either do the full bank box and then just realize whatever that quick amount of profit you can. $40 to $50 seems to be the norm. Or you could sell it by the roll, but they're just going to sit in your store for a little while longer. This is what I like to call a supplemental listing. Supplemental in the sense that it's going to make you a little bit of money to help support and supplement your regular kind of like auction listings. So always add these in. So kind of like spice up your eBay store with rolls that can be bought in quantity. And then, go ahead and make a lot more money doing it that way, because $8.50 profit on every single roll that you sell is probably the most amount of money that you will make, bar none, on this. So here's another Denver Mint box. Came out to about $89, $88 here. Again, not too bad. That's where you expect it to be, because Denver's traditionally don't have like the big high profile hits and errors and varieties out of those. Here's a P&D roll. Again, this markets very well. $20 for 100 coins. So that's $1 in face value. That's your best bet again. So if you could do either one single roll or a combo P&D roll, if you have that ability, that's where the money is going to be at. So you guys take note. And by the way, if me telling you means that there's going to be a whole flood of people doing it, I don't care, because there's not nearly as many people doing it today. Very interesting. Here's a 6-roll set, P&D, Lincoln cents, nickels, and dimes. Kind of like a little smorgasbord, I guess, of stuff here. That ended up selling for $70. So we have, $15 face value in coins that flipped for almost 5x. Sign me up. That ended up working really well in that seller's favor. There's lot number 2. See what else we have here. Another single full roll. Does not specify if it's P or D, but anyways, $9 again. Here's 2 rolls of 2023 Denver. So the Denvers definitely do sell for a little bit less. This one ended up selling for $11 shipped. So $5 a piece. Still not too bad. But I'd probably focus all my energy on the P Mint rolls. As a matter of fact, if you wanted to go and sell these in either lots of 1 roll or doing what this person did and sell them in lots of 5, what you could do is go onto the secondary market and find a sealed bank box, pay the $100, and then flip and resell them by singular rolls or lots of 5. You could do that. I would probably do maybe a P&D box and then do the P&D roll mix, one of each roll, sell for $20 like that other person did. But you can see rolls are very, very liquid in today's market. Again, it's that rush to be the first one to find the first error or variety out there. So that's why people are paying that kind of money. Plus, again, that sealed equity component does not always specify just bank boxes, but also rolls as well. Excuse me. So, it was bound to happen, but we came across our first P-Mint box that sold on March 19th, $25 face value. Again, this is where all your money's at. You're going to make anywhere from $15 to $20 more over a Denver box. Sorry for you guys that are on the West Coast, but everything is better on the East Coast when it comes to Lincoln cents. So we got $111, and then right underneath that, we have a Denver box for $99 shipped. So you guys see the difference there. So those are kind of like the heavy hitters right now in terms of rolls for Lincoln cents. Nickels, it's not too good. So for it's not as equitable, I would say. It's still decent, but bank box wise, these are a lot more heavier. They're a little bit more of a liability if you were to ship them. because they truly do weigh probably maybe an extra 5 to 7 pounds. And if you're going to use a flat rate medium box through the post office, good luck with that, because these things have been known to split apart and the rolls get everywhere, and it could be a disaster. So you got to make sure you pack these up really good. But anyways, we're seeing similar values for full $100 face value boxes for around $250. Now, in this particular case, the P mints will sell, again, a slight margin higher than the Denver mints. So we have a P mint box that's sold with shipping for $265, and then right below that, of course, this is February. Let's see if we could come across our first March sale here. So yeah, the prices have dipped down a little bit. Here's a March 8th sale of a full bank box of Denver's that sold for $218. So not $250 anymore, unfortunately. But again, these are great sealed equity type of boxes because of the prospect of finding full steps nickels for those registry sets. Here's another March 4th sale of P mints for some disclosed amount of money, probably $180 to $190, and then you gotta tack on another $15 for shipping there. So probably $200 shipped is where that one ended up landing. Here's another one here, March 10th for $190. That's P mint. Here's a Denver mint right here on March 2nd for $190. So you can see just the prices are all kind of in line. They have slight kind of erosion of value over time, and that's to be expected. These things will dip down to about $150, and that's traditionally the floor with brand new bank boxes of nickels. It doesn't matter if it's P or D mint, because again, it's more about the full steps than it is the errors. We've seen very few impactful errors other than maybe a few years ago. In 2021's, there was the rotated die errors that you could find on that specific date that continue to this day sell for like $30 to $50 depending on the degree of rotation. Those can be found in 2021's. So right now we're about $175 current market value for PND mint boxes. Let's see if there's anything else. I don't see anything else. Here's a lot of 15. That's February 1st. Let's see if we can find some more March sales. So here's a lot of 10 Denver mint nickel rolls that's sold for a best offer with free shipping. Again, you're not going to make a whole lot of money here doing that. I probably would try to entertain doing a P&D set. Like this is brilliant here when you can get 2 of each. It's probably a P&D of every single denomination. So P&D Lincolns, nickels, and dimes. So you're getting 1 of each type. Would make that even special if they added 2 rolls of quarters in there that you could sell for over $100. Maybe $99.99 or $109.99, something like that. But that's kind of like a very smart marketing strategy. The photo is very clean. It's very well kind of laid out. You know what you're getting. But aside from that, I'm not seeing anything else too crazy here with nickels. Especially anything recently. Here's a lot of 5 2023 Ds. So that's $10 face value that's sold for $48. That's pretty good. Okay, so this is another opportunity here where you could, make some money doing it like this. So that was a March 5th sale up there. A lot of 5 rolls, March 5th for P mints, $45. So yeah, crack open those boxes and sell these rolls by lots of 5. And because it seems to be that's where the money's to be made for the nickels. All right, dimes. Now I'm telling you, dimes is not too great. Let's see if we can find our first March. Here's our first March sale. 2023 Philadelphia dime box, $250 face value. $370 shipped, and then this person has like a dozen of them. So they've taken advantage of the fact that their local bank does carry these, and they scooped the whole deal. And I guess the bank is okay with that. But as you can see, this is specifically for a flip. And, by the time you factor in fees, he or she probably had made about $70. Dimes, actually, believe it or not, are really easy to ship. They're a smaller coin and they're more lightweight. So keep that in mind. This is actually not too bad, but above all other denominations, dimes seem to erode in value a lot quicker compared to, say, quarters or pennies or nickels. They erode the fastest in the market. Here's another one right here for Denver's, $355.51 with 4 bids. So someone had the audacity to put this up as a regular auction type of format and ended up doing decently well. Probably a $60 profit there. What's crazy, though, is that there is someone that has been finding or assembling these little mini boxes. And they have 10 rolls altogether, but 5 of each of P and D rolls in each one. So that's $50 face value that this individual is selling for $139. So that's $80 profit, gross profit, not net, because you still have to take off fees and all that. That is really good. And I don't know where they're coming across these type of boxes, but people love them. And as you can see, these are February sales. See if we can find a March sale if there is one. There hasn't been too many March sales, which would indicate that again, it's not that hot of a product. $70 sale here for 7 rolls. That's $35 face value. Again, not that great. And even if you went with five, a lot of 5, like right here, a best offer was accepted, maybe for like $60 perhaps for Denver rolls. That was on March 4th. March 10th, a lot of 5 here for $67.50. That's with shipping altogether. These are live, not a pre-sale, and those are P-mints. So you guys get the big picture. Again, it seems to me that the sweet spot of selling rolls are in lots of 5. Crazy. You guys take that into consideration. And then finally, I think the one denomination that a lot of people are genuinely excited about has to be, let's do this. Newly listed, so we could see some of the... So, single rolls, it's not where it's at. Single rolls are traditionally selling for anywhere from $18 to $20. We're talking $10 face value. Again, you take off shipping, you take off fees, you probably end up making about $2. So a lot of people are cracking these open and trying to look for something really crazy. Like this thing here. What is this? A rim clip? That thing's huge. Let's take a little bit closer look to see if this one's the real deal. I don't even know what's going on. Okay, no, they're holding it. Okay, never mind. Oh, false error alert there. Of course, you got the PDNS US Mint rolls. They're not selling for a tremendously huge premium, $77, which is barely above issue price, which is what, 65 or something like that. Let's see if we have any like legit bank rolls here. There's not a whole lot of activity. This is the new quarter, by the way. The Edith Kanaka Ole American Women Quarter is going to be the newest one. This one's probably live right now. This one, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, when we go to the US Mint website, will go live. Let's see, I think March 30th is when the sale on the US Mint will go live. Let's see here. Yeah, well, March 27th, which is next week. So, yeah, this one right here, usually when it comes out in the U.S. Mint, it's already dropped, a week before out in circulation. So, that's going to be the new one. It's everybody's excited when a new American Women Quarter comes out. Again, the prospect of errors and varieties is weighing heavily on a lot of people's minds because of how things went last year and all the crazy nut job type of stuff people were finding, I mean, we're already off to a pretty good start on 2023 quarters. And speaking of which, this is a great time to segue into 2023 errors. So these are all like the sold stuff, the stuff that you guys probably should know about. And the one big sale, guys, is this burning airplane strike through madness. This one ended up selling for $500. This is actually a listing from a friend of the channel. The sale is one and done. Feedback's already been left. But on this one right here, again, I haven't seen another one. There's a strike through going through the plane. It looks more like a meteor than anything else. But here are a few more close-ups of that anomaly. Again, that's a for sure surefire strike through right there. One of those field restricted style of strike through where it's pushed onto the die with the feeder finger. So the more pictures I see, the more I am bought in by the fact that this is a legit error. It looks everything like some of the others that we've seen up to this point. So that's the big one so far for the year. There are other kind of like, there's die chips that you can find on the airplanes, and no, they do not sell for hundreds of dollars like they did when they were first found in January. Let's see here. A lot of the airplane errors have been the die chips. Okay, so here's the other interesting coin, and that's the VDB-V Lincoln cent. These things are kind of a crazy market anomaly. So on these ones, the coins themselves have a really interesting V impression next to the VDB initials. And it's incuse, and you would think you'd look at one and you're like, oh yeah, that's damage. Like something, a contact mark happened on this coin. No, because other people all across the East Coast are finding the same thing. Interesting. So I thought about it. I'm like, okay, how does that happen? It's incuse on the coin, so the working die didn't take a hit, but the working hub might have taken a hit because the working hub transfers the impression onto the working die, and then the working die transfers its impression onto the coin. So this is a very interesting thing that people are finding on brand new 2023 sets. My goodness, the madness has happened and occurred with these VDB-Vs. So you're probably interested in knowing what the current market value of that is, and we're going to get to that here momentarily. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything else. That's kind of interesting. March 19th, Flying Sea error. Okay, well, we might be seeing something new here. Is this a drop letter, or what is that? That's kind of insane. Huh. And that's on a Denver. Wow. We are really finding some crazy. This is not a machine doubling occurrence. I don't know what that is. It looks like a drop letter or a filled letter dropping. The only place where it could have come from is, do you see the CTC letters to the left of Coleman's name? That letter C looks oddly familiar in size to that anomaly right there. Because the C for the initials there, FC or EC, has a little bit of a tilt. So I don't know. This is quite bizarre. I'm just now finding this out because it's a fresh sale from a few days ago. So what exactly is that? I'm not even sure. But that is breaking news, guys. That's one of the most interesting looking things that I have personally seen with my own two eyes. Aside from the crazy incuse machine doubling that people were marketing for a boatload of money, which ended up being nothing, and they're selling for like $5 now. But this one, that's interesting. All right, so we're going to keep a close eye on this one here and see what happens. But the VDB-V is certainly hot right now. Whatever kind of anomaly, it may not be nothing, or anything. But yeah, a lot of strange stuff. Here's one of the earlier sales of that Madcap machine doubling. You have little die chips on the tip of Washington's nose. There's another VDB-V error. This one sold for $75 back February 11th. Again, you have these little die chips on top of the plane, and some of them get big enough where they're connecting to the word unum in E pluribus unum. Here's a March 14th sale of a VDB-V Lincoln cent error. This one right here sold for a best offer, and I remember this one. I think this one sold for $50 or $55. It was one of the two. Crazy. But we get to a certain point, and it's just littered with VDB-V errors. Like here's one here that sold the best offer March 3rd. The same seller had found a number of them, which is cool. Here's another one here, March 20. That was just yesterday, $45. So the market is very robust on that particular anomaly. There's not a flood of them into the marketplace, which is keeping values nice and stout, nice and up here, which is good news for it. So, something to be on the lookout for. Make sure you're taking a close look at every single one of your 2023 fillies for that anomaly, because that is kind of like the current hot thing in the marketplace right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is kind of, in a nutshell, the 2023 coin market update. Again, a lot of great stuff. We have the new Kanaka Ole quarter that's going to be dropping here this week, I would imagine. So that's going to be another Easter egg for you guys. Haha, Easter egg. Easter's, a few weeks away. Another Easter egg for you guys to be on the lookout for, because the first significant type of error on that coin, if you're able to be the first one to the market, it's going to command the most ridiculous rocket ship type of money that you could possibly ever imagine. So right now, it's a good time to be in the hobby. It's a great time to go to the banks and see if you could score some of these. I know a lot of you haven't seen the new 2023 coin yet. I have a few that I have personally found myself and changed, but there is a great deal of people that haven't seen even the new Bessie Coleman's yet. So I hope you guys find something out there that you could add to your collection or resell and make some really good supplemental income. But at the same time, you can also buy the bank boxes too of these things and try and make some money doing it that way. So again, couple things in closing. Your best practices, especially Lincoln cents, is selling them by single rolls and lots of 2. And then lots of 5. I went 4, now I went 5. Lots of 5 for every denomination, from Lincoln cents to quarters, and you're going to end up making quite a bit more money. And that holds especially true to Lincoln cents and nickels. Nickels have been doing really well on account of 5. Be on the lookout for the burning airplane strike through. Excuse me, it's not Tuskegee Airmen anymore. Burning airplane strike through on the airplane of that Bessie Coleman. There's bound to be another one, and the VDB-V error on the Lincoln cents has been all the rage right now. They're currently selling for about $40 to $50 on the marketplace. Make sure you guys are actively pursuing these coins right now while they have some heat to them. All right, that's going to go ahead and do it. I hope you guys have a really good time exploring 2023 coins. Be on the lookout for the new one. In closing, I do have my final March Whatnot coin auction happening tomorrow night, March 22nd at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time in the evening, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then you guys there in the Central and Mountain Time zones, you guys know where you're at there in between. Starting next month, I'll be doing a dual stream. So if I continue Whatnot and the company actually grants me, further access to the platform after the month of March, we are not only going to do the live stream on Whatnot's platform, but I'm also going to do YouTube lives of it. So we'll have kind of like a dual live event, but all of the bidding and activity will occur on the Whatnot platform. So be on the lookout for that. We got some really awesome giveaways for tomorrow, and I added about 3 or 4 more coins for the live stream auction event tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. But that's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys had a good time on this video and you got to explore some market data on these new coins. I wish you guys nothing but the best in all of your hunting endeavors. I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound, and that concludes everything this evening. All right, take care. Happy hunting, and I'll see you next time.